I thought my husband was difficult. I thought I married a very difficult man. But eventually I realized that he was the discipline I so needed in my life. I was already used to having my way in my relationships in the past. I remember through my university days, I have men that used to come around me and these men would cry. And I was enjoying it. I enjoyed being the king in the relationship. And somehow, because I'm a very firm person, you know, I'm not very easy to deal with, you know what I mean? Yes, I used to be very stubborn and all that, and very clear on exactly what I want. So I never really, you know, found myself very comfortable being with a man who was exactly like me. I was always I gravitated towards men who were on the softer side. You know, people that were easy to manipulate. You know, people that will cry for me. Men that I would talk and they will run into their shell, you know, that kind of a thing. I was just like the king in the relationship. What I wanted was love. Everything turned out exactly the way I wanted it. And if you say no or you question it, I will just live your life like you never even really existed. This continued until I met my husband, and whoa, my husband was that necessary, that much needed breath of fresh air that came into my life. Do you know, I've come to understand that God does not really give us what we want. He gives us exactly what we need. It was when my husband came my way. First of all, he was not even, he was just a young guy starting life. And I just wondered, something about him, I think he's got the fact that he was aware of himself. He knew exactly what he wanted and he was not afraid to say it, you know. He was one of the smallest, youngest men that I ever mingled with. And when he came, he was just very clear on exactly what he wanted. And that thrilled me. My brother, don't you ever settle with a woman that will manipulate you. If you ever settle with a woman that will disrespect you, that questions your, in fact, she does not even trust you, first of all, not to talk of trusting your leadership, that is a very big problem for you. Sooner or later, that relationship will crash. Back to what I was saying. Eventually, I started to live with my husband as husband and wife. We gradually continued with life until we moved out into our own apartment. That was a one-bedroom flat. This man was something I perceived as a very difficult man who never really allowed me have my way. You know, he questioned. It's almost as if he was challenging everything I wanted or desired. I was just like, Jesus Christ, did I leave my father's house only to be with another father? That brings me to another lesson. Let me tell you, in marriage, you are supposed to be not just a husband to your wife, but a protector, a provider, a counselor, a spiritual leader, a guardian, and most of all, a father. If you cannot be a father to your wife, to the woman in your life, you know, that kind of a person that she'll confidently look up to you, feel free to discuss anything with you, trust you. You know, that kind of trust, the way your children trust you. How even if the world is falling apart, they know that no, mommy and daddy, they have me, they've got me covered. That kind of a thing. Your wife is supposed to be able to confidently say, I trust this man. Wherever he's taking us, whichever direction he's going, I trust him. My husband somehow just ticked the boxes for me. Unlike other men in the past, I just was happy that, okay, somehow, you know, I made the best choice. Like, in fact, let me just be very honest. It is even of recent time that I became convinced that I made the best choice. Initially, because I was not used to having someone who questioned me and who, you know, not allow me have my way in the manner that I thought was right. I'm like, no, this man will give me a difficult time. But I'm so grateful to God that I allowed his will come to pass in my life. I'm with a man who has, you know, contributed into shaping me to this woman that I am today. Of course. So back to my lecture, dear men, when you're selecting a life partner, I beg of you, be with a woman that will listen to you, That is one of the most difficult things, challenges most married men are facing today. They are with wives who don't trust them. They are with wives who question their leadership, who will never take all their saying seriously. They are with wives who, when they talk as men, the wives have other things to say as well. They are not ready. In fact, they don't even think their husbands are good enough. This is the reason these days we see a lot of families. The mothers are celebrating the children, standing for the children, defending them, and questioning and correcting the fathers. You see a little child clearly doing that which you know is wrong, obviously wrong. These days, mothers are no longer correcting their children, in fact, but the husbands, okay, try it. She has a full list of corrections that she's going to give to you, as if you don't have sense. My husband was just there, being himself, standing very firm. He never agreed. He never fell for any of them. Of course, when I come with one of all those my bullshits then, as a young girl who was just married now, and you want to be like a single lady in a married man's house, he did not have it all. He did not even have that kind of money set. See, my husband's gut was taller than his height, his physical height. He was very clear that he knew. In fact, one day this man told me openly, he said, any day I discover that I cannot control you. He used the word control. Yes, control, that you don't like to hear. That is the day our marriage will end. Any day God blesses you, that you become so big in life, because he knew it somehow that this woman is going to be a great person. My husband is my biggest supporter, So earlier in life, he had mentioned it. If you ever grow to the height you desire, because I know you want to be big, this woman, and you ever feel like I can no longer speak as a husband and you will listen, that will be the end of our marriage. Bam, that's stuck in my head like magnet or metal. To be honest with you, you have to be very clear as a man, irrespective of your current physical position in your life. You have to be very clear what your do's or your don'ts are. Let me tell you, because you feel you need a woman to be in your life, you love her so much. In fact, you love all the qualities you have seen. You begin to wonder and think that you are agreeing to all the things that make her happy, irrespective of what your values are, will keep her. My brother, it will not be long before the real you starts to yearn for the original values that are core to you as a human being. Times change people. You will get older. You will evolve. Your desires will change. Your priorities will change. And initially, those things you thought you could tolerate, you may not be willing to tolerate them anymore. And that is just growth. That's just you being human. That's how life can be. God will give you what you need, not what you